Instagram. And this is after other posts that he had made. Directors for The Rock. He said The Rock's not answering any of his calls or his messages.
I saw that too.
Yep. So he said, I'm going to just call you on Instagram. And to be honest, I like Tyrese, but I don't know if that's what he wants to be doing. Okay. Tyrese put, hashtag PSA, congratulations to The Rock and your brother-in-law, aka $7 producing partner at HH Garcia 41 for making a Fast and the Furious franchise about you. And like you, DJ, even if they call, I will not be deleting this post. Good night, folks. See you in 2020 April. Hashtag Fast Family, right? Nah, it's about Team Dwayne. Hashtag 3 years. Will it be worth the wait? Hashtag no Shaw, just Hobbs. Will this be another hashtag Baywatch? Guys, just relax. I'm just a passionate film critic.
Wow. That sounds emotional.
That's like real emotional. His thing is
he
said
that. He wrote that.
He definitely felt it, and he said that he feels like The Rock and all of them doing this solo movie for him. He's like, you're messing with people's money because people are relying on that check at a certain time, and now they gotta wait till another 3 years. And he's also saying, is anybody gonna care about the franchise at that point? Which I think, yeah, they will, because there was a sizable gap in between 4 and 5. And that was a gap they needed to revive. I'm sorry, I want to apologize to the people who was watching on Facebook Live. We kind of got stopped for a second because my laptop died. But we're back on Facebook Live, and we're still on Spreaker at KBLP. But anyways, do you guys believe that, one, Tyrese has a right to feel this way, and two, should he have said it on Instagram?
That's how you attain people attention. So he did it right. I just feel as though, you know, he is a little pissed off about it, and he should, you know. That's his money, and that's probably the only thing that he is waiting on now, because I don't think
he's doing anything else.
He's involved in.
I don't think he is.
So, you know, I feel him on the money part, you know. So don't mess with a man's money.
But in a sense, with him wanting the Rock to not do this movie, in a sense, he's messing with his money. That's another huge check for The Rock, for him to go from a side character to the main character. And a big, huge, probably going to be summer blockbuster. Do I think Hobbs, which is his character in Fast and the Furious, do I think that character really warrants a spinoff? No, but people are going to see it because they like The Rock. Yes, the Baywatch was bad. Yes, The Rock has been in a lot of bad movies, but that doesn't include the Fast franchise. And I love the Hobbs character. And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Why should Rock have to turn down starring in his own spinoff, turn down an extra check and feeding his family even better because Tyrese is right, or because anybody, Vin Diesel, any of them?
I see it as that. Like when Tyrese go out there and go on a Instagram ramble, it don't really fix nothing, and it just really make you look emotional.
It don't.
And when it comes to business type things, you just gotta level up and keep it moving. But a lot of them do that, where they don't know how to just think the shit in their head and move to the next.
Right.
But like you said, it's probably because that's what his paper is at right now.
But whose fault is it that Tyrese doesn't have his hand in any other pots? Everybody else is doing
music. I don't know how that.
And that was great for him, but now that's been over for like 2-3 years. Like he got to move on to other things.
You should do another commercial.
You should never rely on just one. I don't care.
Commercial.
I know that Fast franchise is $1 billion franchise, but you can't rely just on that, because you just never know what could happen. People die. Anything could happen. Just like the Sex and the City thing. I know y'all don't know anything about that, but everybody was relying on this third movie, and now one of the main actresses said she don't want to do it at the last second, and so they had to shut down the entire thing, and people are mad. But it's just like with something like this, you gotta just be prepared for anything. Vin Diesel got Guardians of the Galaxy, another huge franchise, so he's good. Even if they gotta wait another 3 years, he's good, because he's gonna be in. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and now he's gonna be in the next Avengers movie. You know what I'm saying? So like he's good.
And one more thing with the people in the industries, especially Hollywood industries, a lot of the way that they get their way with shit is by throwing temper tantrums. You know what I'm saying? So he probably learned that, or that's what helped him in certain things in his career when it comes to the movie shit, is the temper tantrum stuff.
It didn't help him with TGT. There was always on Instagram, Twitter, throwing temper tantrums and things like that. And Tyrese was saying he deserves to be paid more than Tank and Genuine, which is stupid because when it comes to R&B music, Genuine is the one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that little circle, he's the exactly. He's the GOAT when it comes to them three. Like, obviously they're all have beautiful voices, had hits, whatever, but Genuine was that guy in R&B for like a minute. So Tyrese, you having, you know, your being a household name based off of Fast and Furious has nothing to do with R&B. It's a whole different world. So he was bugging with that. I love Tyrese, but I be disagreeing with him on a lot of things. And this is just, I think he just needs to calm down with the emotions of it. Even if you think the movie is gonna be bad, so what? You're not even in it. you're not even invited. In it, how you hating from outside the club? You can't even get in.
He was trying to, and they. Sorry, man.
And I like Roman, his character, but Roman doesn't. I mean, if someone's gonna get a spinoff, it's going to be Hobbs over Roman. Especially, you know, rest in peace to Paul Walker. He's not a part of it. If anything, Fast and Furious should have stopped after Paul Walker passed.
Right there.
Because it got just a little ridiculous after that. But they're still gonna. Hollywood is gonna milk every last drop out of everything that they do, so they're gonna continue it or whatever. And it just is what it is. Don't be wishing for him to flop. You want to call him your family, and it's also strange that The Rock isn't responding. Yeah. The Rock had a lot of words for Vin Diesel on Instagram when that whole thing was going on, but he has like no time to address Tyrese. Not that he needs to. He doesn't need to, but I just feel strange that
black.
black in color though.
What is that?
Black.
Wait, Tyrese is black, or are we talking about The Rock?
Tyrese is
black.
Vin Diesel is black too, right?
Where?
He's half black.
Where?
He's half black.
He yellow black. Like, you know, we
He's
black.
black.
We black. She yellow black.
Shade of the light bulb, like.
Y'all so annoying.
You not yellow black? You yellow black.
Black is black. Is black is black.
Caramel.
Alright, I'm just as black as y'all too.
You just yellow black though. You yellow black.
Anyways, I don't understand what Tyrese's blackness has to do with The Rock. The Rock not responding to him or answering his calls. But I understand it, but I didn't understand it when he called out Vin Diesel, so I thought for sure if he had something to say to Vin, he would have something to say to Tyrese. Maybe he has like a connection with Tyrese that he didn't have with Vin. So he's just like, you know, if I say what I want to say to him, that could destroy a friendship. Yeah. Maybe it's like on that, because we know that Vin is.
I mean, it's already over, ain't it? Like
what? How would y'all feel if it was y'all and it was and you were The Rock in this situation, and someone who you call your brother is like, this is supposed to be a family. It's not supposed to be about you. You should not be doing this because this is a disadvantage to everybody else. Would you take that into consideration? You're like, no, this is my career. I gotta do what I gotta do.
But it's business. Business at the end of the day, it's the franchise. So if you are no longer bringing in them numbers, you know them white folks is gonna cut your ass eventually.
Snip, snip.
But snippity snip snip.
Oh
he started it. If my mom was here right now.
Oh my god, she caught that. I don't know. I don't understand it. I mean, I don't believe in trying to stop anybody's money. So I feel for Tyrese and him saying it's going to be delayed. It's not like they canceled the last film. They're just delaying it. And that's even for sure 100% if this Hobbs thing goes forward. I don't think Hobbs needs to have a spinoff. But, you know, more power to The Rock. More power to The Rock. Get your money. Do what you got to do. We love you, The Rock. We love you, Tyrese. I do. Yes, exactly. And I don't know if he's the person Tyrese going to be coming for, because The Rock might jack him up. They catch him outside his trailer.
Again, like he did a baby boy.
Oh
Jody. Jody. Yo. I watched that like a week ago. I was like, yo. If this nigga ever do that to me, it's on. It's on.
If you're in a headlock, what are you gonna do but be mad?
I'm gonna kick my leg up and kick him in his face, and
You're
that's
in a
how I get out.
headlock. How are you gonna do that?
I don't know.
It don't
I got
work
powers.
like that.
I got powers. Watch.
You got powers.
Watch.
Especially if it's like someone the size of The Rock that got you in a headlock. You're gonna have to just.
That's how you do.
You're gonna have
that's
to
what
take
he looked
that.
like in the movie too.
Oh yeah, it was Vin Rames. I can't even say his name.
Vin.
But Rames.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, they're doing a Baby Boy too.
What?
Yes.
Oh, speaking of, they're
Announced.
doing a Coming to America too.
True. Yeah.
They've
I
been
don't
saying
know
that
how
for
I
like
feel
15
about that,
years.
though,
I don't
you know?
believe it.
I think that would be hilarious.
You think so?
If they
If
do it right,
keep it the same
or if they
people
do
almost.
it different.
But
to
we
a
don't
certain
know if
extent.
Eddie Murphy still got the juice.
Eddie Murphy still got the juice.
What?
How do you know?
How can you
He,
say that?
he could never be juiceless. How could you say that?
Have y'all seen Eddie Murphy's last 4 movies?
Nah.
He's
Then
never
I don't want to hear
juiced.
nothing.
Eddie Murphy
I don't
can
wanna
never
hear
be
This
juiced.
nothing.
was what
Shit.
though? Because I probably,
His last 4 comedies was trash, and Eddie Murphy is my favorite stand-up
He
comedian.
didn't write them,
He was in it. He didn't write Coming to America.
but he probably
can't be
paid,
juiceless.
I mean, like he probably
But he
played
has-
a bigger part
Listen,
in that movie. You know,
how did we know though? We don't know if he played a bigger
check the
part.
credits.
Like he goes, like Coming to America was obviously him in his prime. Listen, he's one of my favorite stand-up comedians to this day. But when it comes to film, it's just has not been good, and he's admitted to it, which is why we haven't seen any stand-up from Eddie Murphy recently because he's scared. He said he doesn't want. He said he does not. He hasn't been doing movies because he said he does not want to do any more bad movies. So he's acknowledged that his films have not been good for a very long time. So they don't need to be. They need to do. He needs to do something before Coming to America. He needs to do another comedy first and test the waters and see. Before he jumps right into Coming to America.
I think he need to go straight in with that one. That's if they got the nice written.
Sure, and watch
There's
it.
nothing they can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
what
feel
it
like
is.
they could.
And I also think he needs to do some test runs with the stand-up comedy too.
That's
if he
probably
could get-
over. You know, he's probably over.
But
that
he
stage.
writes his. Well, he didn't write Raw. Keenan and Ivory.
But if he was
did.
truthful
But
about his life right now, he could be funny. But
I think so.
sometimes they be guarded. That's what the problem is.
I mean, we're seeing it with Dave Chappelle. Was gone for a very long time, and
Oh,
he's
right,
come back
yeah.
on. He's hilarious. Hilarious.
He's
So if
stupid.
Dave can do it, Eddie can do it, Martin can do it. They all can do it.
Shoot.
But
If Martin
Martin
come
can
back,
still do it.
Yo, if Martin come back,
Like, I think Kevin Hart's last one, What Now, was not that good to me.
Which one was it?
The last one he did, the stand-up.
Oh, the stand up. Let me no.
But
not-
his TV show
What?
was still funny to me.
House
what
Husband?
TV
And-
show?
The Husbands, Hollywood.
Yeah.
I just like it because
No, a lot of people like it.
the
I
the
couldn't
comedic.
stand
It's
that
almost like
show.
watching like a Friends or Office or something like that. They do this way of having these jokes where you feel them coming, but it still make you laugh.
Yeah.
But the stand up is more realistic about life shit, and it don't be that funny when it's repetitive.
I like Kevin's. I like all his stand-ups. Obviously, to me, I think his first 2 are still his funniest.
Yeah.
That is still his best, and that's usually the case with a lot of comedians. Dave Chappelle, I think his first 2. I think his first special he did is still the funniest to this day.
But his new one is just as funny though. Like
It's
funny.
not
It's
just
still
as funny.
like it's still funny. Like
It's still funny.
like say like a Steve Harvey, if he were to come out and do something, he would have to really catch you. You get what I'm saying? Even though he was Kings of Comedy or whatever.
He's consistent though. Steve
How-
Harvey's
how-
not consistent
Steve
with
Harvey.
Why you think he's dodging it?
what.
Because he don't know if he can be consistent right now.
But I mean, just with the comedy in his radio show, talk show, and then even Family Feud,
Family
he's
Feud, yo,
consistently doing comedy. Everybody else, like Dave and all of
Family
them,
Feud.
they haven't been consistent, so it's a little different. And Dave, I like his new Netflix special. I just don't. They're not as good as his old stuff. And
You're bugging, B. You're bugging.
you think the new
Overly
Netflix specials are
opinionated.
as good? They're funny. Are
They're
they
as good to
good?
me. When it comes to doing as good as your first shit, it's always harder. So if you can even make something that's comical and is really catchy, I feel like you're doing a good job. Not to say it's better than his first shit, but it's up there with his first shit.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's definitely not better, but I don't know. It's got to be consistent. Like, one of my favorite comedians of all time is Louis C.K. And I love him because he's always consistently putting out specials, and they're always funny. They're still the first. I don't know why, but it's always like the first ones. Always for all these comedians that to me are